What's going on, guys? Larry here, wanting to talk to you a little bit today. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday. Decided I wanted to make the story kind of fun, but also send a message to a lot of people. You know, in bodybuilding, it's very, very funny. We train for people that we don't see. So in every other endeavor, sport, what have you, if you at least are on a certain level, you don't know who your competition is, right? So let's take, for instance, in this case, bodybuilding. Amateur show, NPC show. You know maybe some people that compete, but you don't know who's actually entering the show that you're doing. So you need to concentrate on what you're doing and how you are preparing for said show, because you never know who's going to come out the woodwork. Case in point with this funny story. So I got into bodybuilding a long time ago, back in the 90s. Heyday of Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, Kevin Levrone, Dorian Yates, you know, guys like that. But the amateur level, there were no slouches, okay? There were no slouches. You had, oh God, Bo Matlock, Gerard Dente, Garrett Downing, Craig Turns. You know, yeah, several other people. Who was it? Tom Prince, Phil Hernan, Edgar Fletcher. Oh my God. But there was one gentleman who stood head and toe above everybody at a certain show in 1997. It was a 97 USA. Super heavyweight class hadn't been invented yet. I think that was the last year that they had a heavyweight class, or it may have been the next year. Either way it goes. A brother by the name, and this is 97, okay? I'm fresh into my naval career. A Navy brother by the name of Leo Ingram, right, came the fuck out of nowhere. Absolutely out of nowhere. No one knew who this dude was. No one had ever seen this dude. And back then, the USA, it was a West Coast show. So you knew if you were living on the West Coast, the 9 times out of 10, if you wanted a pro card, you was going to the USA. You were going to compete at the USA. But nobody knew who this dude was. He just came out of nowhere, right? So the reason I say that is because after that show, he literally disappeared. I mean, straight up dis-a-fucking-peared. I didn't know where this dude, and this is pre-internet. All right, this is pre-Facebook. I mean, you had MySpace, Black Planet, but nobody wasn't checking for no big 240+ pound Negro, right? So he disappears for years. He didn't compete. He didn't do nothing. He trained, but he didn't do anything, right? You didn't see him at no shows. You ain't see him in no magazines, nothing. Meanwhile, the guy that won the 97 USA, what a waste of a pro card, Ken Brown. He did a couple of pro shows and then fell off. Melvin Anthony won that USA 2 years later and then ended up being a relatively successful pro. But no one had heard anything from Leo, right? So fast forward, it's 2005. I'm on shore duty, stationed at Great Lakes. I'm getting ready for the 2005 NPC All Armed Forces National Championship, right? So to qualify for this show, you basically have to be a DOD member, civilian, active duty, reservist, or I think a dependent. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I did that show. So I'm at the show, right? And me and this other guy, we're talking, and it's weird being at an amateur show because everyone is sizing everybody up, right? That's not at a pro qualifier. Everyone's sizing each other up. And it's weird because the dude was like, man, I got a pretty good chance. I think I could take this thing. I'm like, well, you never know who shows up. It's an amateur show. You know, you kind of never know. Oh, man, no, I think I got the goods to take it, right? Meanwhile, I took that as a big fuck you because I was competing against him. But in any event, we're not going to get into that. So he's walking around. I'm just chilling out in the auditorium, right? My first time in California. I just want to chill out, relax a bit, you know? So he comes up to me, demoralized like a motherfucker. He was like, I'm not going to win the show. I'm like, okay. The dude that's going to win the show is sitting over there. So I see a silhouette. Dude is completely sitting in the back. Completely sitting in the back. I walk up and I look and I'm like, it's 2005, mind you. Are you Leo Ingram? And he was like, yeah, I'm Leo. And dude didn't know who Leo Ingram was. And I'm like the Leo Ingram, like the should have won a pro card in 1997 Leo Ingram. And he's like, yep, that's me. So I just looked at this dude like, yeah, this dude's winning the show. Ain't nobody gonna come close to him. Period. That's it. And it wasn't a national qualifier. He was just doing it for fun. And he goes on to win, right? And a couple of years later, he ends up doing nationals that year. I think he gets his pro card. Yeah, a couple of years later, because the pictures that I put up by Muscle Time Archives, that was from the 2008 Houston Pro. And he actually ended up qualifying and competing in a Mr. Olympia. So I say all that to say, number one, you never know who's going to show up to a show and beat the brakes off of motherfuckers. But also to never give up on what you want to do. If it's for you, it's for you. Right? That man was stationed on a destroyer. If you've never seen a destroyer before, picture a 1-bedroom on the sea, right? Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep pressing. Keep pressing. You will eventually get to where you want to go. Make your intentions pure. Make your heart pure as you go after this endeavor. Be a good person. And eventually you'll end up getting that pro card and possibly competing in an Olympia stage. Not saying you will, but everyone has that possibility if they work really, really, really hard. And let's just face it, some people are going to have to work harder than others. Leo just showed up out the blue. He probably dieted for 6 weeks and beat the shit out of all of us. So some people have it, some people don't. Those that don't really got to work. So it is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed Story Time with Larry. If you haven't connected with me on social media, follow me on IG. That's at Tenacity Strength. And then, you know, if you want to follow me on Twitter, where I do a lot more shenanigans, that's at Bad Leroy B. So until then, we'll see you later. Back workout tonight with my homie Lamar. That'll be posted up on YouTube tomorrow. And then we're going to do either a leg or an arm day on Friday. I haven't decided yet. Probably we'll do arms, but we'll see how that goes. All right. Catch you on the flip side, guys.